Hello. Okay, bring this down. Let's go here. Oops. Okay, give me 1 second. Of course, it just had to be now. Picture for my newborn era. Okay, I guess I gotta do that. Let's see. And it's only been like a couple seconds. Let's make sure everything is going well. Let's go there. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Saiba, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a great day or great night, depending on where you are, of course. Let's see. Right one. Alright, so far, the audio seems good. That's good. Well, let's go ahead and share this then. Gotta put it in the tweeter and everything. Is it me? Or is the Twitter everything? Is it me? Or is the Twitter acting weird? I don't know why. I just feel like Twitter's acting a lot weirder than normal. And also, I gotta like... I don't know why, but this does not feel right. Anyway, so that being said, yeah, everything seems to be going good, so that's good. Hey, long time no see. Yeah, what was it, like, when was the last time you were here? I think you were here let's see. I think either day 3 or day 4. But yeah, it has been a while. Did some, later streams when it was, like, 11 or, like, 12-ish. Usually I want to, like, get to these early, but for those days I just couldn't. But yeah. Glad to see that you're back, man. Yeah, I know it's something along those lines of when we last met. Oh. I was wondering, like, what's that noise? It's just the TV downstairs. Alright, so as we could, as you can see by the title when you clicked on the stream, we're going to be talking about a few things today. One of those things being something I just talked about not too long ago, which is Kpop Demon Hunters. First time I saw you was when I was playing Fortnite. Was it? Huh. Yeah, I'm sorry, I do not remember. But yeah, that's when that happened. But what's it called? One thing before we get into that topic, I actually want to get into something else. Hopefully last time you were here or when anyone else was here, I said that I was gonna be making some more art projects or like doing some more art for the channel and just like doing some other stuff for it. So far it's been going good, but hold on, it's just gonna save this to gallery. But one thing I've been having a little trouble with is coming up with one thing. Because I already said before, I got finished with the subscriber ones, like congratulating to 1K subs. I already had that finished, but now it's just, and I will say I could easily improve on it, and I probably can, because I more than likely still have time before I hit 1K. But what's it called? There was another one I did where there was like a questioning one, like, initially it was going to be something like this. Hold on, try back up. It was going to be something like this, and it has like, I have a question. Essentially, I was able to get somewhat done, but you know, I just gotta admit, I'm not the biggest fan of it, and this is really upsetting. Because this is what I had. Okay, this is what I had. This is the art I had going. It was, I got a question. Oh, whoops. It said, this is initially what I just had. It was, I got a question. Question time. And then, like I said, it was gonna supposedly be something like, where this was like up here touching his lip, and then he's gonna be like a questioning phase, and it was gonna be tilted. Clearly it did not pan out, so I could easily just get rid of it and just try again, or I could use this just in the beginning and then probably improve on it later on once I decide to actually just like switch it up. So that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know, man. Like either way, it's like what's it called, Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic looking arms. That is so true. Like when I did it, I'm like, because as soon as I got done like making the whole sketch of it, and then when I started like coloring it in and like outlining it for real, that's when I was like, wow, these arms are really long. And that's a valid criticism because look at them. They are like Mr. Fantastic. That was literally what came to my mind. Like, these are just arms that Mr. Fantastic would have. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it for now. But if I ever do decide to just switch it up, I think I will improve on it later on. Probably not this one. I'll probably just like rewrite from scratch and just take my original idea. But I think for now that's doable for the most part. So I'm gonna keep that around. It's gonna be. I mean, as I always say, I'd always just rather have something that's good and gets the job done than something that's perfect. Because honestly, that's just kind of pointless. Because I'd rather have something than nothing. That's another thing I've tried treasure. But yeah, other than that, another thing I actually have going is something that is what's it called? So I actually my birthday. This is something I have made for my birthday that I plan on making it. It's where it's gonna be like a little bit of. I mean, it's better just to show you guys. There we go. This is what I was thinking. I was gonna have it start out as me as a baby, in which case I already got this whole part done. Honestly, and if I could add just a little note, I really like the fact that I did like the curly hair, and then like I still had the blindfold on. Not to mention, I really like the fact that I had like a baby tooth right there. It just screams like baby, but I just feel like it just does it so well to where it's like funny. At least I hope so. And then I was gonna have it be like what's it called. Then as soon as I was done with that, let's just see. I got the angle right. Yep. Then I think it was just gonna be teen. Obviously, my writing is not the best right now. And then I was just gonna do another era where it's like that, and then this is me now. Actually, hold on. There we go, something like that. Gojo looking baby. At least he didn't even have a blindfold on when he was a baby. He just had to like really bright eyes. Obviously, because of 6 eyes and everything, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, that's what I had. I was gonna do it like, I mean, I feels weird saying like at least like it's gonna be like I don't know how to describe it, but it wants to be like half child, half teen, because technically, I mean, I'm 19 right now, so technically I am a legal adult. But what's it called? I don't know, man. I just feel like yeah, something like child or teen or something. I don't want to make it up to like 4 different parts, even though I know like chronologically it makes sense. And if I did, I probably just have to like shrink it down like a lot. Wait, just hold on. Let's see how that would look. Yeah, I would just have to make the art like really small if I wanted to do that. I think it would still work though, so who knows. But other than that, yeah, that's really all I have left. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Also, I'm gonna be able. Also, I'm just gonna make sure that I really like what's it called? Or I'm gonna have it set up to sections. Like I have the baby section on like one stage, then second stage is just blah blah blah. And then I believe what I can do here. Yeah, it won't really affect the other stage, just in case I need to like move something, or I feel like it'd just be like a better space. Uh, Overall, yeah, that's really what I'm planning on doing. So that's really what's called. As soon as I'm done with this, I think I'm gonna start moving on to ranking thing, making the picture for ranking. Don't know what idea I have for that one yet. I mean, honestly, I'm probably just gonna go with something similar like this, where it's like time to rank or something like that, like time to rank. You know, I could just take this and just take out yep and just rewrite it with with a rank. I could do it, but I don't want to be a lazy artist. So that's why I want to at least try improving on the skills. So here we go. Anyways, aside from that, what's it called? Okay, I was gonna talk about Demon Hunters before, but I think we're gonna stay on this for a little bit. Uh, so initially, I wanted to do this like I wanted to do day 6 on Monday. I think I didn't even do a day. I don't think I did something like this until like literally today. Hold on, let's check when day 5 was. Streamed 3 days ago, so that means probably 4 days ago because it's not 11 yet. So I think I did do something on Monday. Let's check. July 21st, and I believe the 21st was on a Monday. Why can't I freaking pull it up? Yeah, cool. Anyways. No, why would I want you to track my... Why would I want you to track my crap? I mean, I should have definitely had that one thing. Let's go. I mean, today is... What the... How do you do this crap on... What's it called? June. Why were we in June? It's June. It's July, man. Okay, so today, yeah. The 21st was Monday, so I did do something Monday. Walking around like a lullaby. Alright. So yeah. I did do something Monday, but initially there wasn't really a lot of stuff to talk about because surprisingly, I mean not really surprisingly, like the anime that I really wanted to talk about, like usually I talk about like Dan 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 or like this or that, or the other animes that I watch, but like those animes, they were like either it was lackluster and didn't really amount to anything to really talk about, or just I just couldn't access the episodes that came out and talk because reasons I assume like I said before, I don't have Crunchyroll or anything like that, so I just use I use a website that has it. Uh, I mean that's really all I can really say. I mean I have a website that does it, but apparently it's not releasing the episodes. I don't know why it's not releasing the episodes. It's done this before and it's not like anything unheard of, but it just pisses me off now because it's like it just doesn't give any reasons as to why I can not only watch it, but now I'm only screwed how being able to talk about it and all that crap. So yeah, it definitely sucks. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, it just sucks. Let's just be real. That's what I was about to say. But like Dandadan, I did talk about that one episode a little when it came out. So, I mean, hold on. Now I can't remember what the episode was about. Also, I did finally start watching Full Metal Alchemist. I haven't like gotten too much into it. I'm only still on like the second episode, just about to start the third. So definitely want to get around to that again. Why does it sound like my voice is trying to kill me? Let's see. What was the last episode about? Okay, not that one. I will never understand why it doesn't default me onto what's it called. Okay, so you won't get away with this. That was the last episode. That episode, it was really good. I absolutely enjoyed it. This episode, the choreography for the fight, like there's like one big fight, and then like what's it called? But overall, it was a really great episode too. We got to see a lot of people were talking about this one panel that was gonna be adapted into it. Personally, I think I liked it a little bit better in the manga because of how it's like viewed prospectively. Like I like the close-ups and everything. I like how we get to see it all. But I feel like we should have gotten like a little bit of a better shot of how we got to see it in the manga. But I think for the overall, nature of it, I think it was still a really great episode. Not much really to talk about. It was really surprising to figure out that one priest guy that we met earlier. The guy that Momo met earlier, back in like that thing, talking about like the Torishiro or something like that. He was a student of Granny Seiko. Not only that, but this man was able to throw hands. Also, I really just gotta say, like, the Kito family is so annoying. Because you got the freaking main one, who's like, she's obviously like the leader of the family. But she's just the dumbest as well. Because literally, as soon as like the whole thing gets erupted and everything, like, oh, you have to fix this problem, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, we're going to fix this problem. You can't fix this. We're the Ketos. We're the ones who guarded this crap, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to feed you to the volcano to make sure it stops. And it's like, bruh, you are the dumbest people ever. Because last time I checked, that's not how it works. As soon as you screw up, you're screwed up, bro. There's no taking it back unless you actually make a deal with basically the devil of the volcano or whatever you want to call it, God or whatever. But at the end of the day, that's how I view it. You're just screwed. And that's what happened. They got screwed. But Granny Seiko and Chiquita coming back into what's it called, as well as Taro, I should say. It was really great seeing all those guys again, especially them pulling up to the fight and being and Taro, especially being the key to like seal the evil eye. It was really great. And apparently, next episode we're gonna see Ira. We're gonna see another thing that a lot of people are looking forward to in the manga. And then I don't really know what's gonna be happening there. I mean, I know Ira's gonna be coming back apparently. So yeah. Aside from that, not really much else to really say. It was a really good episode. But yeah. Once again, I'm still left with nothing to talk about because of the fact that I was still screwed out of not being able to watch a bunch of episodes. It pisses me off. Like one episode, like I was seriously looking forward to watching the third episode of Gachi Yakuda, because I absolutely hated how they ended off the second episode, where it's like where Rudo says to Engine that he wasn't gonna go join or follow him, and it's like, first of all, why? Second of all, I want to see him kick his butt now. Not to mention the power system and everything. That just gets me even more hyped because what the frick is going on? He's making things like come alive or something like that. Like he makes them like metal and all that. Like what is? I don't know how that works. And that's why I'm pissed. I want to know how it works. So aside from that, nothing really else to talk about. I will say for Full Metal Alchemist, like I said, I'm only in the first two episodes, but already like those two episodes tell you everything you need to know. Like he wanted to what's it called? Ed wanted to bring back his mother by using forbidden alchemy, and then he loses his leg and his arm and his brother, but at least he's able to bring his brother back because of the. I guess he was able to somewhat master human not human possession, but like some kind of human alchemy, human transformation or transfiguration. He was able to bring back his brother's spirit at least. His body, it's still gone. Don't, and please don't tell me. I never want any spoilers on what's happening. If I'm going in this completely blind. Kind of, I was already spoiled of who was like a really main or big villain of the show. So I really don't want any more spoilers. So I just want to experience this crap for myself. But yeah, aside from that, it really tells you everything you need to know, and I absolutely, for the most part, I definitely feel it's very interesting, and I'm really enjoying it for the most part. Just about to start the. I was just about to start the third episode where they go into like this one town, something like that. So, yeah, definitely see how that goes later on. You haven't watched it? I mean, I'm just barely starting my watch too, but for the most part, I definitely see why people like it. The alchemy is cool, the power system and everything. Ed is, I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of annoying. His little brother is a gem though, and then so far it seems interesting, and it's definitely keeping me on for the ride for the most part. But aside from that, I feel like I have officially talked about everything now, because once again, I was screwed out of anime episodes, but I want to be a broken record. So let's just go ahead and move on from that. In which case, let's talk about the thing that I really want to talk about. Kpop Demon Hunters. This movie, absolutely fantastic. There's literally nothing else I can say. I literally heard someone. Here's the thing. I watched someone who I think has a good opinion on movies for generally speaking, because a lot of the movies are he's able to give movies credit where credit is due, but when he reviewed this movie, it seemed like he just missed like the actual movie. Because he's talking about like the animation and everything, and he's like basically glossing over all the like important little stuff that makes the movie. So it's just like it just rubs me the wrong way to feel like he just ignored everything about the movie that made it good. Like he gives credit to the songs, he gives credit to the animation, he kind of gives credit to how wacky it is, if I remember correctly. But it's just like you're just screwing up like actually giving credit to the actual good movie itself. Like the thing about this movie, what I really loved about it, this movie is not like entirely deep. I mean, let's just be real, it's not. It's not entirely deep. Hey Butter, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a great day. I do know about Mortal Kombat, which is something I will want to talk about later on. But yeah, the movie about this, it's simple, but its execution of every little element that gets involved with it, like the themes and everything, that's what makes this movie absolutely great. It knows what kind of movie it wants to be, and it follows all the beats it wants to make bar for bar, and it does it flawlessly. The songs, yeah, they are amazing and on point, but and the animation obviously as well, but the story as well, and the story between these two, the dynamic, the relationships between every single one of them, it's absolutely amazing, and it's something that should not be glossed. And one thing, here's the thing, I plan on answering this question later on, because there's like a question where it's like, do you want this movie to get a sequel or does it deserve a sequel? First of all, it deserves. Absolutely, especially if they're bringing back everyone to work on this movie again. Absolutely, it'd be amazing. But what's it called? Have a few things I would want to talk about there. But one thing I really hope they bring back in the second movie, I want to see Rumi confront Celine because of the fact that Celine is now kind of like bitter about the fact that they let the Han Moon get destroyed and that they created a new one. I kind of want that to be like a grievance between the two. But then I also wanted to be reinforced the fact that Rumi was indeed like never truly loved and was forced to like hide things about her because of the fact that Celine told her and basically was just like, just like controlling that about her. Like you can't show your flaws and all that. And that's another thing about this movie. Like the themes as well, they're simple and yeah, they're simple and the most understandable ones. But once again, the way it's executed to actually like show how you want to fight the themes, it's like it's incredible because it's actually powerful. It gives you motivation to actually see within it and see how realistic and at least real it is to you. Like this, essentially, the movie just executes. Like I said, the movie it executes everything perfectly and flawlessly. There's nothing else to say about it. The reason why it works and it's greatly praised is because of the fact that it just does everything extremely well. There's nothing more to it. So I genuinely think this movie is a masterpiece because of the fact that this movie, there's no flaws in it. Like generally no flaws I could think of. Literally everyone was likable. The whole movie was flawless. Everything involved. So yeah, this movie, pure 10 out of 10, classic, just flawless of a movie. That's all I can really say about it now. But it has a little bit of weird fans like the fan arts bro on TikTok. I have not been on TikTok in a while, so I've not seen like the fan arts and everything. So, and not to mention, if more than likely, whenever it comes to movies in general, there's always going to be that little bit of people who are going to be weird about it and just take it so far. There's always going to be that crowd. That's the thing. Like, there's never going to be any stopping that, especially with how vocal they can be about it. It's just like, yeah, at that point, it's just like expected. It sucks, but it's expected. But yeah. Now moving on to Mortal Kombat. I don't have a picture of it, so I'm just gonna go back to time to yep. Mortal Kombat. I did see the trailer for it, and I just gotta say it looks good. Like the first movie, a lot of people can agree. Like for the most part, it was good. A lot of people enjoyed the fights, the gore, the character. We got to see like a lot of enjoyable characters. A lot of things didn't make sense about the movie, and blah blah blah. But the trailer in this and like Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, I don't remember him being announced, but apparently he was. But seeing him in the trailer, at first I was iffy, but then I saw like the whole trailer, and I'm like, oh no, this movie seems good. Like this movie is giving everything the first movie should have been, and it's gonna be great. There's nothing else to say about it. Like the fights look good, Shao Kahn looks good. Like I just don't know what else to say. You want to know what sold me? That slow motion black backflip where Johnny was doing against Baraka. Like that right there sold me. Once again, it just shows everything that we wanted in the first movie, and they're giving it to us. I don't know if Cole Young is gonna be in this movie. I don't remember seeing him in the trailer, although my memory is terrible to begin with, so it's possible. But like, yeah, one of the biggest selling points too is the fact that it's Johnny Cage being the main star of it. It seems like they're setting up Johnny Cage to be the main star. And I really love that because he should have always been, or at least been part of the main cast in the first movie. Because one of the biggest things about Mortal Kombat is that he's like more of a central character around the story. So not having him in the first one and having Cole Young, a freaking surrogate, like, nah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Not to mention, I really hope they're going to do something with the whole Arcana thing. Because that never needed to be involved. That never needed an explanation. Like, I just hope they're, like, not retcon it entirely, but at least, like, get rid of the idea and just be like, oh, yeah, these are just, like, powers within, blah, blah, blah. Like they just get rid of the word Arcana, I guess. Scorpion's entrance and him, Scorpion's entrance, him using his freaking what's it called, his iconic weapon, and also what's it called, and also the get over here. Another selling point of the freaking movie, I will tell you. Overall, I just gotta say, I really do have high expectations for this movie, especially after seeing this trailer. It looks good. It looks, like I said, it looks like it's gonna give us everything the first movie should have been, and I'm really excited to see it. So, you know, hopes are really high. And speaking of which, what's it called? I really want to say something before I forget, because I wasn't really planning on making a post about it. But today, but starting today, all the way going from Saturday and Sunday, I'm not going to be back to make shorts because of the fact that I'm going to be spending the weekend at my cousin's. So I'm not going to be able to stream or make shorts or anything. So I'm just going to have a couple of shorts that are pre-made, or just have some TikToks made. So that way I could just get those done. Those way I could just have those done and like something to put out. Probably going to do a short, although I'm just going to do one short today and then probably like 2 other shorts where I'm just answering like easier questions. Speaking of which, I want to go over some stuff, but yeah. Both his arms, which is something new. That is true. I don't remember ever it happening, but who knows? Maybe we'll see how it goes with the addition of it. But speaking of which, I really just want to get a couple of these things out of the way real quick, because usually when I do stuff like this, I want to go over questions I answered in the past and just talk about and just clarify a few things. So let's just go ahead and find one of these questions. I remember I answered this question. Do you remember the first time I watched Black Clover? It has been. I'd actually finished Black Clover before the first month I started it, because I started it on June 20th and I finished it on like the 17th or around that time, July 17th. I should clarify. So I started finished around there before I actually hit the 1 month mark of me starting Black Clover. So I do remember the first time I even made a post of it. So yeah. Let's see. Post a duo that you like. I remember I answered this question too. I went in the same universe of Black Clover. I went with Magna and Luck. Because I feel like they're kind of underrated, but they're really goated. Then let's see. Which Marvel character? Do I even have that one? Yeah, which Marvel character? Which Marvel character would get along with Batman the most? / he would respect him, or something like that. And then I know I had another one. Yep, here it is. Do you think Bakugo's apology arc was enough to be redeemed in his earlier behavior? I did say yes, because of the fact that we actually saw his progression of actually him becoming better and becoming a better person in general, especially at the end of the manga. Which is funny, because someone said in the comments that he's still like a jerk and that he's still like the same as he was. First of all, if that is true, that's because that's just his personality at that point. He's always been an arrogant person, but that's because now he's able to actually walk the walk and talk the talk. I mean, especially with him now being at what, number 5? Like, it makes sense why he would be still like, all there like, haha, I'm the greatest person, blah blah blah. Because that's just always how he's been, but at least he's more humble now. That's the thing. He's just more humble. He's more well-rounded, and he understands like what it means to actually be a rival and everything. So I definitely feel like to some degree, he is like a lot better, and it was enough to at least redeem his earlier apology. Not to mention, he was still a kid and everything, and the fact that he realized that what he did was terrible, the fact that he apologized to Izuku, the fact that he overall just became a better person, that really does speak to his character. So I feel like, yes, he was able to redeem his early behavior. And then one other question that I feel like, what's it called? I was not able to talk about it before because I really wanted to talk about the Spider-Man versus Deku. I had my opinion on Deku, even with like all the stuff they were saying, because of the fact that Deku, at the end of the day, he just consists of more power. He's a lot faster. Miles may have feats and all that other stuff, but I just feel like overall Deku would really just be it. And the fact we even see in the death battle, we haven't seen his spoilers ahead, but in the death battle, we actually get to see that he was not trying to kill him. He was just he accidentally overloaded Miles' vibranium suit, and that caused his death. it was an accidental death, and people are calling him, and now people are trying to like bully him and saying that he bullies street tears and all that. Like, who do you want him to go up against? Do you want him to go up against Thor? Like, and I said it before in a previous stream. You're never gonna put someone like Deku versus like Gore the God Butcher, or like someone who's literally outside of leagues. Like, you put people who are on relative terms. You can easily say that Deku is a street tier as well, but then you also putting him up against another street tier, and it's just like, what's your argument? Because to some degree they are similar. It's not hard to see the similarities, saying that Deku and his powers, a little bit of his powers were inspired by Spider-Man. Horikoshi has said it himself. He glazes Spider-Man himself. So it's like, if you're trying to make an argument for Deku bullying street tiers, then go screw yourself. Like, you're just trying to put someone down who absolutely deserved the win because of the fact that they just had greater everything. Not greater everything. That's a misspoke on my part. Who's just better in a couple categories that were ultimately able to let him win. At the end of the day, Deku does win. Sucks to suck. Shut up. It's as simple as that. Then I think I had another one where it's like, what's it called? I did this one not too long ago. I think it was actually yesterday. If you had a choice to join a Which Lancer Corps, then you have all the cores right here. I chose willpower because of the fact that I just feel like I have a lot more willpower than anything. But other than that, nothing else really. Yeah, I don't think I've answered any of these other questions. Now, one question I do have. What's it called? One question I do have that I feel is kind of weird to be. I don't know how to say it, but like, this is such a weird question to answer because it says choose 2 powers to have for yourself. And here's the thing. It has like return by death, which is easy enough. Curse energy, which you'll get, is also easy enough. But then you have Bankai, Chakra, Ki. I mean, Ki's kind of easy enough as well, but I think that's what is that, Stands? And then you have Nen, and then Grimoire Magic, and then Quirks. How do you answer this? Because a few of these are just straight up power systems. And do I get to choose to, and let's say something like Quirks or Grimoire Magic, do I get to choose those? Same with Bankai. I'm pretty sure there's a different Bankai out there in the verse. So do I get to choose a Bankai? Do I get to just have Chakra? And like I said, Chakra and Ki, I think, are a little bit different because I think they're both like life forces that you're able to inherit. Or you have like a limited amount. It's like mana or like magic. You just have like a good amount of it. And all that. Like, you have a limit to how much there is. But like, how do you answer this? Because for me, if I get to choose it, and I get to have if I get to have the power and I get to choose the power, then I feel like I'm gonna go with Quirks and Grimoire, because why not? I can already, if I choose something that's OP in both, I easily see myself what's going on. Although I'm gonna be pretty generic, I'm not gonna lie. Because on one hand, I'm really thinking about Endeavor's fire mixed with Lux, like lightning magic, or Yami's dark magic. Like, oh, bro, I'd be so broken. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. When I answer this question, I'm just gonna go ahead and just assume that I'm gonna choose 2 powers. So if that's not the case, then they should have clarified it. Because once again, this is like such a weird way of phrasing it, in my opinion. At least that's one of the questions I do plan on answering. Another one I plan on answering is this one, which is who will end up the greater hero down the line, Shoto or Deku? I mean, no offense to Shoto, he obviously is number 2. You know, obviously he is a great, and I feel like that is a great antithesis. It makes a great antithesis to his dad. But if we're talking about strictly greater hero, like more popular and everything, it's gonna be Deku. I mean, I just feel like he has a lot more to. I mean, even with him being a hero, like him being a teacher and everything too, like that just makes it. That just seems like it's just gonna get immediately just more praise, because he's doing balancing part-time hero work as well as being a teacher. Like, that says it all. Obviously, Shoto is a great argument to make, but at the end of the day, I just gotta give it to Deku still. And then another question I plan on answering is, which 2 random characters do you think would be friends? My answers are going to be Magna from Black Clover and Red Riot from My Hero, because both of them are clearly about manliness. They're both about what's it called? They're both about that life. So yeah, there's no doubt in my mind they could easily be friends. And then last question I do want to get to is, would you support a movie between Spider-Man and Deku? 100% yes. Would it be able to work? Who knows? I mean, maybe they can find some kind of story with like Horikoshi and everything. Like maybe just get them in the talk rooms. Who knows? I don't know exactly what it'd be, but I feel like it'd be amazing if they could go up against like the Sinister Six. Personally, I feel like that'd be really great. But obviously, it's up in the air. Yeah, that's essentially everything I wanted to talk about. Definitely gonna clear out all those pictures in my photo because I got a lot of that crap riding up. Aside from that, I don't think there's anything really else to talk about. Really got through everything I wanted to. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Like I said, when I come back, I think maybe I'll stream, but what's it called? I think next time I will stream, more than likely, will probably be on Monday or Tuesday, one of those days. And then, yeah, I'm just going to continue making shorts. I mean, that was never stopped. That was never not going to be in the plan. So, yeah. Well, yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, go ahead, drop a like, drop a sub, tell your friends. As always, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night. Hold on. Let me go ahead and bring that one picture up. Just go ahead and make sure you follow these instructions if you like what you saw. And yeah, that's one of guys. Take notes. I'll see you guys next time. Later, guys.